All right, give me a moment to do one thing, and then I can help you out. Okay, so I just want to reread your email. I understand the confusion, but I think I can help you pretty easy. Okay, manage the AI alerts. Okay, so is how are you opening the AI? Opening it in the first place? Are you opening it from the channel? Are you going to new tab? Okay, first of all, are you on the app? Okay, so you're okay. So open it there. What I would, okay, new. Here, AI/Holly strategy trades window. You can see my, so I want to make sure you can see my screen. If you're not opening it there, then you should open it if you can see my screen. Okay, so you see what I did? So new, and then I went down to here where strategy trades window. Click on that. If you you get this window that pops up. Probably it says Grail strategies. It probably says strategy trades. And all you have segments and click on all. Then you Holly Grail 2.0 Neo. I mean this. Okay, so you then you have them all here. Okay, so if that's what you do, you can see you're using a French. So you said you're confused about MNK. So there it was, but it was also in my watch list. Okay, it was in my watch list. So like, don't maybe you're just confusing. My watch list is segments all. Right click, segments all. Now. What ideas do you have? That might be the issue too. If you click on help, what do you see? Help and about. Okay, well, on the latest version that you can have. Okay, so then you should be able to then right click, segments, all, check all. Ah, that's it. Okay. Well, then that's it. Now, and then save this. I mean, I have this on my other one of my other monitors. I have, and then save it as part of your. So you don't have to do it every day. Window now as part. Yeah, and that is an issue. I mean, I show you about pinning, but I know it could really confuse the heck out of you. I'm not picking on you. If you promise that this is the only thing, promise me. Right click, and if you pin this, then this will remain. Okay, you can if the channels, but I know how to use this. What happens is, unfortunately, but they keep reloading their layout over and over and over again, and so what happens with multiple and you don't even know that because it's a perfect overlay, and then the system slows down and you don't know what's going on. So we tell people, momentum down. I mean, as an example, oh, I see another one. How about move? I see another one. I see another one. I see another one. Okay. So I've never had an issue. Such a big deal. I honestly don't. I think it. When I exit, I save my layout. But I think what hack my layout over and over and over and over again. That's it. So if you promise me that, and then you just pin this window, then if my channel up all day long and that window, and that'll make it easy for you. You probably you can pin your charts. No, don't. Okay. Day, I have to admit. I mean, we're not gonna. I can remember days like days in which the odd time you'll get something like an M&K. I remember a 34 percenter, but that's not it. I mean, we've got 3, 4, 5, well, 3 in double digit here. 3, 6, and 7. That's just a great day. I'll be a little more time, even during the day at looking at some of these. But of course, Domo, we're already in my window, or a little earlier here, and the Domo also was early from my window. Gabrielle, I mean, it'll make it easier. If you just have my window in the AI, that's all you almost, Question. While idea surfing, what determines? Okay, so Johnny, the only thing at top list windows, it doesn't look at the alert or multi-strategy. So it only looks at your top list windows. If you have price alerts, a price alerts window open, it'll also look, and it'll also look at the AI. It'll look at this window too, and at the top 3 symbols as you have them sorted in the window. It'll cycle through and load them into the charts, and then move on to the next. It'll just keep cycling over and over and over again. You have to promise you pin that window that one day you don't come. I have 100 of these windows open. You can't. I take. What used to happen, guys, before, in the old Nomnovia room, when I was, they were pinned. And I didn't realize that people did. I was sharing pinned windows, and then people were complaining to support people, what the heck is going on with my computer? It's slowed down. It's garbage. I want my money back. And so they would say, well, just let's go into your let's take a look at your system. And they go and they 30 versions of the Gap Up, or, you know, I mean, and not just that one, like every single window had 30 versions. Is it frozen? I don't think so. I haven't done anything. Unless it's just the market. Literally no other lows. Hard to believe though, isn't it? So surfing paused. Yeah, I mean, this is off. So you can start surfing just right here. So you're surfing, you can stop it by going to a chart. Well, it's stopped, but you're not out of the routine, and then it'll resume surfing, or it stops surfing too. Okay. It's interesting, Vicky. 1247. Had anything since 1247. That's the last 1249. Hmm. Yeah, I do have a promo. If you're talking on a monthly basis, yeah, okay, so something is, just let me, sorry, who asked the question and where? Oh, in stocks only, okay. Okay, yearly? Take out your, when did you take out your, standard yearly subscription, Brian? Is that what you have? Okay, when did you take it out? Ah, and you used what was the discount? 50. Yeah, okay. So all you have to do is just contact Kelly and tell her what you want to do, and she'll 15% off the pro. It's what, 2288 or something. Well, I don't have to guess. 2268 a year, so it'll be less 15%. 68 a year. But what she'll do is she'll just upgrade you and another 15% discount, okay? Not another, I mean, I don't mean 30, but it's, okay? How interesting. I wonder what's going on. That, so what is home right now, guys? not my home, but HOME on the chart. What is the price? So the chart is correct. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. I've got a green ball. That happened. Well, it sounds like a perfect time to, let me just see something here. Let's see if the, yeah, you know what? Yeah, something's going on because I see the web. I've got PTG at 138 and my watch on is water right there. Well, how about that? I have no idea what's going on. Julio, yeah. I'm so sure that if I just restart, everything will be fine. You know, it's not that big a deal because I'm not looking to trade anyway. But now the interesting thing is my watch list is up, is updating. Here's, so the what? So the top list is up. And this seems to be right. Seems to be right. So this seems to be updating. I've, but it's all of them. So let me just do for. I'm just going to bring up. I'm going to duplicate this, and I am going to. Well, there it is. Interesting. How is that possible? Well, anything's possible except. Okay, I'm going to do this too. I'm going to get the view mode just in. Oh, this is new. There's no group and sort by. I don't know what to say, guys. I mean, the charts, and it's just not hitting the alert. The only thing that you can set in terms of live during the are the top list windows. You know, so that's not the issue. There's no setting for that. I mean, I can set for pre-market and post alerts, but this is the only time frame. You know, live always live during that there's no option for that single alert window. So I mean, if one, I'd say, oh, okay, maybe something is. Let me do another copy here. Yeah, there's LE after P. Wow. No, it's real time. All right, just to really crazy here, I'm going to lose all the original. Okay, so I'm just going to I'm going to exit. I'm going to happens. Aha, all is good. All is good in Berryland. Yeah, that's really crazy. I have no idea why that would have happened. All right, guys, I will be shutting the room down around 3:10. For me, please ask now. I always say that. Doesn't mean you can't ask. You know, I'm definitely easing back. So yeah, there's days. Two days. What's the bug? Is having well, off the floor here. So this will probably, and if it will probably make the evening scan. It's something that I just think has to be followed. I mean, it's almost not quite a double from 2 weeks ago, but it still has lots and lots and lots of room for whatever reason. Yeah, I know it's been triggering. I don't know when it first triggered. It's just now, but I'm sure it would have triggered earlier from the watch list. Are you talking to me? From no AAOI. No, it was not in the watch list. Probably be in tomorrow. It might just, well, I don't know. You see, I need I need 2 relative volume. I mean, I could always put it in manually, you know, and I may room. Remember, I mean, you can't see them all now, but I think you know, I don't want that many alerts. You know, it's okay for, you know, those of us maybe a little more experienced ideas for people who are not maybe that used to trading and want to overwhelm people with, you know, 15, 20 alerts in the one window. You see why this is on the list. I mean, this AXNX, I mean, this underneath it. I mean, it was on the list and it'll still be there. Underneath what could still happen. I mean, you know, stock's at 30.79. Look at the, you know, maybe the support. Now the 200 days at 25, that's still $5. I mean, this AVO, I mean, listen, it may take off tomorrow. It's got to get it. The pre-market was about 110. And if you look on the daily, it's one, where are you? That's one. So it basically got stuck right there. That out, you know, look left again, you know, 125. But that's what you really want to see up into this area. All right, so I'll probably, I'm not going to swing this one, this ACHC, but you know, this is the paper trading swing of home. Yeah, I think I'll just exit this. So I just flatten my position. I would think so. What's the date today? The 10th? Yeah, I mean, yesterday he talked about trying to have it done by so here's a add to the list, even though, you know, the relative, but look at this one. I mean, there's lots of room here for Wolverine. So, you know, somewhat extended on the weekly, but man, oh man, if it just keeps this. So this is what I mean. Yes, I do have my scan. I will see certain stocks and think, yeah, you know what? I'm going to add it to the list. The worst is it just doesn't trigger. You know, it just stays on the list and doesn't do anything. On the list and have it trigger, then, you know, not have it on the list and then see later on, man, that would have triggered. If that makes sense. Okay, guys, I want somebody to click on my. I'm almost at the top. The only one that makes sense is the pre-market channel, but I need 3 more clicks. 2 more. What? 2 more. Shameless. So just, yeah, new channel and click. All right, I just saw them. Thank you, guys. Hilarious. Thank you. All right, guys, trying to wind this down. Are there any other questions? Well, that's one. Thank you. Thank you. I don't see any questions. It's amazing. I mean, I really cannot wait for tomorrow. That now, I really look forward to every single day. Not that I didn't before. This watch list has really got me juiced. I mean, that's all I can say. It's really focused and excited about what it's going to give every day. And we're not in earnings season. I was really worried. I mean, I was really when I first started this. We were in earnings season, and so lots of opportunity. We're not even close to earnings season, and geez, I mean, we're just getting along. No. This is so. This is the watch list. If you've been on my channel, that has been being monitored today. I mean, it's huge. I'm going to pare this down a little bit, but it's a huge watch list. Now, again, because I had to do a reload, these are the symbols that triggered out of this watch list. Okay. I say add to my watch list. So what I'm going to do is market is closed. And this is what takes time, obviously, but I'll go through every and think, okay, do I want to keep this one for tomorrow? Do I want to keep this one for tomorrow? These, and I'll make a determination, looking at the charts. Yeah, I think this could still have some room, or no, I don't. So I'll delete it. So this is the current watch list. But then my scan that looks for just the strong and the weak stocks, which I look at 4:30 to give the stocks that were in 4:30 a chance to get into that list. I'll look at those stocks. And so with these stocks and then the scan that I'm talking about, that will make up the watch list that I'll make up tonight. Then tomorrow morning, I'll be looking at the market, and I'll probably add some from the pre-market. And then, as I say, if I see something even when the market's open, I see that one, I'll add it also. Well, that's what I mean. It's a watch list. It's what's called a global watch list. I mean, you know, it's a symbol list. It's a symbol list. You know, I just create a symbol list, and then I just basically edit that symbol list every day. The old, put in the new. Now, how to add them? I guess the question, Johnny, then is: have you ever created a symbol list? Yeah, it's called a symbol list. But for whatever reason, started back in 2003, they decided to call it a symbol list instead. Well, it's a lot of it is you know, it is a bit of extra work we'll need, but very, very gratifying, very satisfying. No, well, but that you're not going to see my watch list anymore. What you'll see is, I mean, you don't, the watch list is sort of, I shouldn't call it irrelevant. It's what you want to see. You want to see the stocks that triggered out of the watch list. Okay? And this is where they trigger in the alert window. You don't want to watch all these stocks, if that makes sense. I am using, I can't remember what I'm using anymore. I think it is 1.5. Yeah, 1.5. Yeah, in the watch list, in the alert window, I reduce it to I reduce it to 1.5. Okay, so Johnny, so you created you've already created your symbol list. Is that correct? I can show you how to do this. Okay. So I can't tell you how you want to monitor it. Have a top list window. So new. Okay. So here it is now. Scratch. Load this. So now there's nothing in here. Nothing. There are no columns. There's no. Now. Okay, I'll answer your question after I finish with Johnny. Okay. What you want to do is your symbol lists. So if you don't see it over here on the left-hand side, click on Add Existing List and find your symbol list that you created. Pretend it was coal. And you left-click it, and it moves over here. And then what happened? Then this is a drop-down menu. It's all symbols. That's typically what everybody wants, but all you do is just only, and then you would just check your symbol list. So now it's attached to, okay, now it's attached to the top list window. Now in that top list window, you can obviously create a price range, but in theory, you're in your symbol list. So you may want to create a range that you want. So you may want to create a minimum volume, because sometimes in your watch list, enough volume on a given day. So really, it's a matter of, I can't tell you how you want to monitor your watch list, but top list window. Left it. If I just left it, and didn't change anything, and then I can just, I have some columns already here. The ideal thing to do is to create a alert window with the columns that you would normally use, and then just save as default. Okay, then when time you create a new top list window, these columns are all the same, and you might always want to have a minimum volume. Just a little slow here. You might want to have a minimum top list window where you have a minimum volume, maybe a price range, have the columns that you want, and then just so every time you open a top list window, you don't have to go through the rigmarole of having to put all the columns in and the filters that you. And then again, the trick then was just to right and symbol list, and then attach it to the following and attach it. Just check it, and then that's, and you those can be attached to as many different alert windows and top list windows that you're not limited to just one. Okay, who asked the other question? Let me. What triggers my choice to remove a stock I add? Maybe, let's just say for argument's sake, I had WW and I had it here. I'm looking at the weekly chart or something, resistance. And it's just, I may say, you know what? So I'll that's, it's a fairly subjective, view on my part, obviously, when I'm looking at these charts. Basically, a lot of room that something could run. If I see a lot of, I see maybe the 200-day not that far away, I might say, you know what, I'll get rid of it. If it takes out the 200-day and takes out that resistance, then it probably the next day. I have to make a decision. I don't want to have 100, in the list. If that makes sense. Somebody asked a question though. I can't. Do a momentum and. Oh, okay. Oh, the difference in simple momentum. Oh, on the watch list upscan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. These are alert windows, and my watch list is just looking at a certain group of. Only if I. John Maggs. There's I can always add it. I can always add it back in if I want to. But for me to add it back in a scan somewhere. I use this as a yesterday, the Realogy, and I have no clue what it did today. It didn't have a bad day. This was on my list for 7 or 8 days. Okay. And I took it yesterday. I think what happened I took it yesterday. I think what is here, it didn't have enough volume and it didn't have enough low. Like, look at it now. But I kept it on the list, keeping it on the list, because I kept looking at this and saying, okay, if this gets going, 493, the resistance is up here around 630. Or what, for all the reasons it went down, is going to collapse again. So that's why I kept this on the list for about, even though it did nothing, it never triggered in the alert window. Even though it went up the day before yesterday, it went up, but it didn't have the relative was necessary for it to trigger. Yesterday it did. And that's when, as an example. Well, and that's because, I just kept this on the list, a watch list, symbol list, and it could have follow through next day and the next day, but maybe, 4 days later. I mean, this was on this was on 5 days before it actually, I actually, and I'm not the, you can create your own symbol list, of course, symbols as long as you want. Yeah, like Acorn, interesting. This, I mean, I could, what's the 720? Yeah, I mean, I'll make my the scan that I use, because the relative volume is I have to make a decision, I mean, it's for to see how many are in. Yeah, I mean, look her how many are in the scan right now. And remember, I let this thing run to 430, so there'll be probably come in. And I think I have yeah, so the relative volume is 2. Okay, so I mean, I've got a ton of symbols I have to look at already, because there'll be some companies releasing earnings or having news after hours, and it could be some more coming in here. So, but like Acorn, so I manually put it in, even though it's not showing up on the scan, but because you told me to looked at it, and I mean, look at the room. And it's sort of the price range of under $20. I would bet that the majority, what I would call my big winners, are under $20. Definitely under 25. By the way, you can see, guys, I mean, I don't have to leave at 310. I leave at 310. Everybody's leaving, but if you ask me questions, I'll certainly stick around. Okay, so you disabled the hardware accelerator. And you're using Chrome? And you've done a refresh. If you can't, I don't know if you can see this, but it looks like almost a circle, a couple of half circles. That's the refresh. You've done that. When you're using Chrome. Now, the only other thing is you don't have to see my entire screen. So let me just show you something here. Where it is with you guys, but there's a magnifying glass here. Sorry, magnifying glass is right. So you don't have to see my entire screen. I mean, all these little thumbnail charts I wouldn't normally be showing them, except I'm not trying to hide them, but really relevant for you guys to see them. But there's, in this trading room, monitor, there's no way to just display a partial. But this is a magnifying glass. I don't know if that's going to help. Zoom in and out. Should always go over that. So area that you just want to focus on, maybe just use the magnifying glass, and hopefully that sharpened things up. If you go to info.ideas.com, okay, and I know that Michael has put together some very quick little short videos, okay. I think really it's just all about plugging into the right port. I mean, after that, there's really nothing, you know, but you just have to make sure that you're plugged into the right brokers. After that, I mean, you know, you just click on an alert. You know, you can pick how many shares you ask here, or again ahead of time, and you know, you can set up your own buying and shorting parameters, and you would just click how you want to trade it. That's it. I mean, really not much more to it. These are some hotkeys: flatten, get out of position; half, get out of half; double your position; or reverse, from long to short, short to long. There's really not much more to it than that. Numbers. I mean, intraday, I rarely will take a trade, say a 20 this trade, 26.94. Rarely. You know, I'm not, you know, now I can see there's, you know, some resistance close by in the weekly, but wait for this to break over 27. See how well it holds. Sometimes, and then maybe the second time. I rarely take a trade just underneath a whole number. Looking at that weekly, monthly, daily, as I talk about, no, it doesn't have to be near a whole number. You know, because I'm looking more for a slightly bigger picture. Yeah, I mean, in the easiest way, I mean, long buy, you want to short sell. That's in the very simplest, but and set up, you know, right here, where you see 5,000, that these are just the names. If I edit, so you can create your own, call it strategy or the way you want to trade. You know, I can't tell you how you're going to do that, but you give it a name. Is it long or short? All these fields. You know, when do you want to initiate trades? You know, between, you know, when do you want to do all this? You know, you basically go through all of. I can't tell you how you want to trade. You know, but here's where you can put your stop. Have a target if you want. Trailing stops. You basically set up something. So, for instance, you know, limit 100 shares at last. This is what it looks like. This is how it was filled out. This is kind of a default. You know, nothing. You know, fixed shares, 100 shares. You know, I mean that's what you have. I can't tell you how you want to trade. Well, yeah, the momentum scan watch list. This is, yeah. There's no watch list attached, and I'm not really watching these that much anymore. I'll be honest. I'm watching my watch list windows. You know, from the system, and you know, sort of keep an eye on this basic new highs and lows. This is nothing with the evening with the watch list windows. You know, stocks that are, you know, if you look at the summary, if these filters are met and a stock makes a new high, then we, or with the same place, if a stock makes a new low, you get an alert. So it's got nothing to do. It's got nothing to do with the watch list. Yeah. So, and if you're using Interactive Brokers right orders, so No. See, that's, I see what you're saying, but I'm hardly looking at this now anyway. You know, I suppose what I could do, I know what you're saying now. You know, I could go symbol lists and the following symbols or the following lists. That's actually interesting. I never thought of doing that actually. Are you looking at it anyway? Okay, yes. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, this is order entry. A lot of people don't like IB because they, I mean, I don't find IB hard. It's not as pretty as this in terms of the order entry. You know, so this is just basically would replace your order entry. Well, this is perfect. Perfect. We're going to use Brokerage Plus and it'll be part of your standard service. Then yes, once it becomes live, that'll get you used to put exactly the same way once you're connected to IB. It'll be exactly the same. There'll be no learning curve. All right, guys. Well, you had me a little over. Any other questions? Yeah, I'll have to find out about the statuses. The gentleman who takes care of all this stuff, he's in the middle of a. He's been, and I guess I think he's supposedly. It's one of on the window here. These names are, now hopefully he'll be able to do it tonight. You see, they're not changed. It still says evening scan. When you go to the web version, these are changed. The names are changed. So I know it's been confusing people. All right, everybody. I think that is it. Unless I see any other questions, which I do not see. Okay. Well, thanks a lot for all the and hey, stay tuned tomorrow and see what happens with the scan and see if we can. I might try to take a few more trades, but purpose of I'll be honest. I mean, I wasn't moderate heavy. I was not a big. I wasn't taking a day anyway. My comfort level is probably, believe it or not, anyway. So, all right. So that is it. It's at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So hope everybody has a great evening, and we will. Whew.